Happy Friday, Tilray traders and investors. It's Rod with Pow Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth, your home for MJ stocks, crypto assets, news, and interviews. As I mentioned, it's Friday. Hope you're well, as good as you can be. I know it's been rough out there. It's February 21st. In this video, we're going to take a look at Tilray brand stock. We'll take a look at the chart, the price action, the technicals, what to expect in terms of that, the days, weeks, months ahead. But spoiler alert, there is another bear flag, and we're going to take a look at that target. Unfortunately, it just continues with the bloodbath that we've been seeing across the sector. And I mentioned this in my last Tilray video as well, but we'll discuss all of that and more in today's video. Make sure to smash the like. It helps support me in the channel. If you're new, you can subscribe, tick the bell, all that good stuff. You'll be notified on any future videos or when I go live. And as always, this is not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. And I do own Tilray. It's my largest MJ stock holding, but it's not just Tilray in my portfolio that's down. It's everything, right? Even the profitable names. Doesn't matter if you're profitable, unprofitable. Doesn't matter if you're a Canadian LP or a US MSO. Most names are down. You know, if you look at Green Thumb, for example, down about 60% since April. So again, it doesn't matter if you're profitable or not. If you're in the MJ sector, you've been absolutely destroyed. You can also follow us over on X, formerly Twitter. Handle for that is @GroupPow. Going to be using that as my platform of choice going forward. So this is the video I put out a few days ago. I said Tilray Brands 87 cents USD. Is this the bottom? And I've been calling for 87 cents USD is the descending triangle on the monthly time frame target for a while now, many months. So if you've been following this channel, you've been kind of given a huge heads up, if you will. But I mentioned in this video that we had CGC with a daily bear flag. I mentioned that we had a MSOS with a descending triangle and a bear flag as well, targeting $3, which we've yet to hit. And CGC was targeting $1.32. I just made a video on this the other day. If you go here to videos, it was 3 videos ago. Next target 132 USD. And if you factor in pre-split, that's a 13-cent CGC, right? It was at almost 60 bucks and went all the way down to 13 cents. Did a reverse split, right? 1 for 10. And we're seeing that possibility now for Tilray. I don't think it's the most likely scenario. I mentioned in this video as well that we could see 75 cents because, you know, there was no signs of the selling pressure slowing down. And like I said, we had all these other charts that had bear flags and bearish continuation patterns that it just made the most sense to me that we were probably going to see another leg down. And the S&P 500 has been very weak today. The broader market, even crypto, there was a big Bybit hack, $1.4 billion. So it's taking a toll on the market here right now. But overall, I do think that the bottom is getting close. I don't think it's going to be the end of the world if we see a reverse split. Could it happen? Yes, I do think a reverse split could happen. But again, all the other major names have done it. Aurora actually did too, a 1 for 12 and then a 1 for 10, and the all-time high is now at 1,500 bucks. So again, it's kind of funny. You see so many people bullish on Aurora now. And it's like, I always joke that, maybe Tilray needs to do 2 reverse splits before people can be bullish again. But at the end of the day, I mentioned in this video a few days ago that I think we could see 75 cents, and we actually have a bear flag target of 77 cents, which we'll take a look at here in just a moment. But Canadian MJ sales, so again, while price is very depressing and brutal, behind the scenes, you're seeing growth like you wouldn't believe. Canadian MJ sales break $500 million mark in December. So holiday shoppers drove record sales amid steady market expansion. So this is great to see. This is just Canada, right? The same population as California. Germany's coming online in a big way, right? You can't even, it's just doctor prescriptions at the moment, so you can't even do full rec. But just imagine once recreational comes, and we had Costa Rica news, Switzerland. So there's been lots going on behind the scenes. We're just not seeing it reflected in the share prices, unfortunately. And like I said, the S&P 500, very weak today. We had a new all-time high, 613.23. We confirmed the daily bull flag, and then we actually sold off and negated it. So we came back down, tested support there at 598.51, 600 psychological. We had 599.47. We'll see if that's our bottom. We're still in a daily uptrend, though, with a low, high, higher low, and higher high. So things are getting interesting here. We'll see if it does lose that support. We could see a bit more selling pressure there from the broader market. But taking a look at Tilray, so if you go from your swing high here to swing low with the fib tool, you can see that we actually converted it as a very weak bounce here. We didn't even get above the 0.236. Anything under the 0.32 fib there at 102 was a potential for a daily bear flag. And then you just go here, you take your measured move from the high to the low, move it out to your 0.32 fib, and it was saying 77 cents. We're at the low of the day today, so 83 cents with about 20, what do we got here? 36 minutes left in the day today. So we could see from current levels, that would be another 7%-ish of downside. And again, if you're not looking at the rest of the sector, you're not getting the most accurate picture. So if you take a look at CGC actually confirmed its daily bear flag as well. And again, you take your measured move from the high to the low, move it out to your 0.382 fib, and it's saying $1.32, so 13 cents pre-split, which is pretty crazy to think about. So in terms of CGC, we could still see another 16% of downside. And then if we take a look at MSOS, it was actually a daily bear flag, and also the descending triangle targeting $3.06. So we very well could see 306 here in the cards. A couple days ago, we hit 314, so we came very close to that. And it's actually a weekly bear flag as well, targeting 222. So if we zoom out here to the weekly time frame, you can see it better. You go from the high, swing low, and it was a very weak bounce. Anything under 516 is just a weekly bear flag, and we actually confirmed it. And now we are about 29% away from that. So again, I mentioned in this video as well that, big tech, crypto, AI continuing to steal the show was more than likely going to spell more downside and turbulence for the sector. And again, Tilray feeling the pain here as well. But good thing is we're getting close to that 77-cent target. But just keep in mind that if we get, the warning from the NASDAQ, right, it has to be 30 days, hasn't hit that yet, under $1 of trading days, 30-day trading days, under $1, then they'll get the warning. But again, they'll have a 6-month warning, right? They'll have 180 days to regain compliance, at which point they could get an extension, something that VFF received, right? Village Farms. And then effectively they have a whole year, basically, right? Over a year, because they still have to get the warning. So they would have essentially a whole year to regain compliance. I don't think it's the end of the world. Like I said in this video as well, I think it's maybe, a 50-50. I'd probably put the odds at 50-50 at the moment, that 50% they do one, 50% they don't. But even if they do, I don't think it's the end of the world. Case in point, just look at Aurora. People are bullish on it now, and it just hit 2 reverse splits. And INSG, while reverse splits are bad, right? They're net bad, 80-90% bad. There are some positives from it. You get to maintain your listing. It's attractive to institutional investors when your share price is around $5, right? So there is, and it lowers the share count. So it doesn't lower, everybody says, my shares are going to be cut in half or by 10. It doesn't matter, right? You still, at the end of the day, if you look at the value of that investment, if you have $1,000 worth of Tilray, right, stock, doesn't matter if they do a reverse split, you still have $1,000 the next day when the reverse split takes effect, right? It's just share price goes up, the amount of shares go down. And with the regular stock split, prices go down and the share count goes up, right? So it's basically making the pie bigger, more pieces of the pie, whereas this is just the opposite of that, reverse split in the name. But yeah, INSG, this was a name that did a reverse split, a 1 for 10, similar to CGC, and then it went from $1.62 all the way up to the high of the bounce there at around $20.67. So that's pretty crazy to think about. It did a 12x, essentially $1,000 investment there at the low to the high. You'd have $12,000, right? So it's not the end of the world if you do a reverse split, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There's a very good chance that they end up doing one, but I think they have a real solid chance as well at regaining compliance, just based on the fact that they'll get a warning and then a potential extension. So that would give them a whole year. And you have to think about it. Tilray is really the only one out of the major U.S. names, or sorry, the U.S. exchange listed names that hasn't done a reverse split yet. And the reason why you're not seeing that in the U.S. MSOs is because they're not listed on U.S. major exchanges. All right, so going into there, we're still well below all of the moving averages as well, the 10-week, the weekly, the dailies, as I mentioned. So we have a lot of work to do. We have at least 3 months worth of work to do before we can even confirm a monthly uptrend. We know that we need to confirm monthly uptrends across the sector before we can be confident that this bear market is over and we're potentially entering a new multi-year bull market. So like I said, I know it's been brutal, but unfortunately it is what it is. I've been calling for this 87-cent target for a while now. I wish it was a target of $87, right? I wish I could come on here and say that the charts are saying, $80 to $100. Like, I would gladly take that, right? I'm just being honest, and I'm trying to take an unbiased view, not looking at the emotion side of it. I'm trying to use, logic and data and charts and technicals, and to get to the most likely scenario and what the next move could be, right? And again, I hear so many people saying, oh, once Tilray turns net income positive or free cash flow, and once they hit this metric, profitability metric, then the company will turn around. Well, tell me, why is it that Green Thumb is down 60% since April when they have all of those, financial profitability metrics and great earnings, right? So it just doesn't matter if you're an MJ stock, the fact is MJ is not popular right now, but the good thing is big tech, crypto, AI seems to be on the verge of topping over the next few months. And then I think, like I said, MJ will benefit greatly from that rotation. But expect a little bit more downside here on Tilray and the rest of the sector over the coming months. I think we could get some positive momentum with regards to U.S. reform, safer banking, rescheduling, that type of thing, maybe even uplisting to the NYSE and the NASDAQ. Like I said, you'll want to get the Wall Street banks positioned first before they really let this industry thrive. All right, going to end it there. Once again, happy Friday. Hope you have a fantastic weekend ahead. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section. We'll continue the conversation there. But again, thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth. Rod with the Pow Group. Enjoy your weekend. See you on the next video.